Hi gamers! The Wii U is 1 year old, and I thought this would be a great time for me to show what games I've got for the system. Now I won't be going into too much detail about how the Wii U is performing, and needless to say it's performing a lot worse than it really deserves. Sure, there were quite a bit of technical difficulties like the slow menus and no virtual console games at launch and all sorts of things, but most of those have been fixed since then. And if anybody says that the Wii U doesn't have any games, they're just either lying or doesn't know what they're talking about. I got here 24 games, which I know might be a little over average of your average Wii U owner, but there's very little filler here, I would say. I think I might have, I don't know, one bad game among all of these. I have bought some games at bargain bins just because they were so cheap. I guess I wouldn't have got them otherwise, but most of these are pure exclusives. You can only experience them on the Wii U, and I've got them straight at launch when the game launched, and have been really happy with the games on offer on the Wii U. Something a bit different here with how I go through these games, not just a straight up alphabetical order. I thought I'd go first through the multi-platform games and then go on from there. So let's start here with Assassin's Creed. Got here Assassin's Creed 3, the Join or Die edition, and I also have Assassin's Creed 4, the Buccaneer edition. Very happy that Ubisoft is doing these special editions. They're pretty much the only company who does these, so of course I had to snap these up. Then continuing with this is a multi-platform game, even though it has some Wii U exclusive features. We have here Batman Arkham City Armored Edition. The added suit and other stuff, they're not really that much incentive to play through the game if you already have, but for a Wii U owner that hasn't played the game, this is of course a great version of the game. I guess there's some slowdown here and there in the fights, but many people say that it's not so bad because the fights slow down a lot by themselves. But yeah, could have used some more optimization on the Wii U, I guess. Epic Mickey 2, The Power of Two. And then a Mass Effect 3, and this is the so-called special edition, even though this is the only version available on the Wii U. And it's kind of funny when to have the third game in the series, especially as story-driven as this, when the first two haven't appeared on the console or on any console that of Nintendo's. But it's still a cool thing to have this on the Wii U, especially because this is, I think this is the only physical copy that has the fixed ending adhered to it. It also has a bunch of the free DLC and none of the DLC that you needed to pay, but this has some extra stuff on the disc here, so it is a good version. Then Ninja Gaiden 3, Razor's Edge. This is of course a vastly superior version to the original Ninja Gaiden 3, which had lots of problems. This adds some variety to the game, but of course this was also released on other consoles as well, even this Razor's Edge version. Rayman Legends, almost infamous now, of course started out as a Wii U exclusive, and was later announced that the finished Wii U game was to be released way down the line, and also with other console versions with it. So, well, I don't know, I don't think people were too mad about going multi-platform, but yeah, they really should have released a finished game. But of course, they no matter when this game came out, it is a fantastic platformer. Really proves that 2D isn't dead and 2D platformers aren't dead. But of course, the Wii U has tons and tons of great platformers, and Rayman Legends is definitely up there with the best of them. And a final multi-platform game, Resident Evil Revelations, of course, originally from the 3DS and was later ported to other, well, home consoles as well. And that was it for the multi-platform games. Not that many. I got here next 3, well, semi-exclusives, but I like here Monster Hunter 3 Ultimate, which of course debuted on the Wii, Monster Hunter Tri, and this is just the Ultimate version, which has lots of new content, but it's still basically the same game as before, so can't really call this a Wii U exclusive as such, but still a fantastic addition to the console's roster if you haven't played Monster Hunter 3. Sonic Lost World was also released on the 3DS, but it is a Nintendo exclusive, like with Monster Hunter 3 as well. Yeah, pretty much the worst platformer you can get on the Wii U, but of course the competition is tough. It's still not a bad game, but it just could have been a lot better. And finally here, Tank! This is pretty much the only bad game, I would say, of my collection, like I talked about in the beginning of the video. So this is the, well just something, a launch game, just something a bit different than the other launch games, so decided to get this, and it's not a good game, originally from the arcades. That's why I listed it here as the semi-exclusive games. Originally from the arcades, and I guess it is a fun game originally, but it just doesn't cut it here on the home consoles. They really should have added tons and tons more content, and what this really needed was an online mode. I still can't believe that they didn't include online multiplayer here. This would have been a perfect little fun game to play over the net, but yeah, well, it wasn't to be. And then we get to the full-on exclusives. Here we go. Game & Wario. It's a case of too little, too late. It would have been a great launch game, even a pack-in game instead of Nintendo Land, but it came well, basically a collection of technical demos from earlier E3 appearances the Wii U had, and just branded with some Wario magic, and the presentation, it is fantastic. Like with any Wario game, it's really kooky, really fun, but the games themselves just don't really stand up the test of time all that much. They're fun to go through, and there are some gems here, but yeah, I would have been much happier with a true micro game collection, like with the earlier Wario games. Still a nice, of course, a nice showing what the Wii U gamepad can do. And then here in the middle, Legend of Zelda Wind Waker HD, and this is the limited edition with Ganondorf figurine. Like I said in the recent collecting video, when I got this game, it was a really nice choice to be remade. Something the home console Zelda that sold the worst, so that means there are plenty of people out there who haven't experienced the game here, and it was something that easily benefited from the HD graphics. It was really easy to make. into eye-popping 1080p, and looks absolutely gorgeous and still plays really fantastic to this day. So really, if you haven't played this game, it's really high time for you to get this on the Wii U. Then Lego City Undercover. This was something that I really dismissed when they originally announced this game as a Wii U exclusive a few years ago, but I was really surprised at how much of a quality game this is. I have liked other Lego games before, even though I haven't played them that much, but just going into this sandbox mode, really Grand Theft Auto that's more kid-friendly, I guess. It really just comes to life. I love the game. It really has a decently sized game world, an incredible amount of stuff to collect. It's really addicting. And what I really was surprised at how fun this is. The voice actors are great, and the script it's really, sometimes you really have to laugh out loud. It really is that funny. Some great movie spoofs and some nice slapstick comedy, and really nicely written jokes. A really fun game, and truly one of the best exclusives on the Wii U, in my opinion. Really a genuine, pleasant surprise. Next, Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Winter Games, Sochi 2014. Quite a mouthful, the name here. It's funny, you kind of get the feeling that they're putting out these games all the time, but this is only the fourth game in the Mario and Sonic franchise, and yeah, the previous Winter Games game came out 4 years ago, back when there was the previous Winter Olympics, so it kind of was high time to get a new one here, even though there isn't quite that many improvements here. So I don't know, I guess Sega was a bit slacking off here, but still fun games with Mario and Sonic in the same game here. Still looks kind of weird, but still kind of like they belong there on the cover. I don't know. Then New Super Mario Bros. U, a fantastic 2D platformer. It was a really great launch game, even though it was still regarded by many as just a 2D platformer. And I don't know, I guess they're right. It didn't really do anything that new or special, but it did it well. This is a really finely crafted 2D platformer. I just love this. They also did a huge DLC pack called New Super Luigi U. It was also released here on as a physical copy as well. And this is a lot harder. Kind of when I started playing this, of course this came out a relatively short time between them, and I finished this 100%. It is kind of like, do I really have the energy to go through a new Mario game this fast? Even though this was just a DLC, it's almost the length of a full game. But the levels were shorter, and you had this pretty tight time limit here, so it really felt fresh. And I started playing it, and all of a sudden I was in the middle of going through 100% through this game as well, so it really wasn't too fast. And great pricing on the digital copy, but the stores were really just all over the place when they were pricing this physical copy. Found this for relatively cheap. I do have the DLC copy as well, that's why this is still sealed here, but really a fantastic duo of 2D platforming goodness. Then Nintendo Land, the game that was included with the premium edition consoles here in the West, not in Japan. There it was sold separately. people tend to think of this as just another mini game collection or a technical demo, and it's true, this was custom made to show off the gamepad capabilities, and it does it really well. But there are some really finely crafted games here. I gotta give them credit, and really hope that this will be a nice little new game series, not just a one-off show off here for the gamepad. Really hope Nintendo does more with the franchise here. Even though I'm not really a big fan of the Mii characters that you're using here in the game, I would have preferred a full-on love fest for Nintendo games with real Nintendo characters. But of course, this is lots of Nintendo history here, and I think the highlights here are the 5-player games with the asymmetrical gameplay, with one player having more information than the other players when he's using the gamepad here. So really a fantastic game at parties, and a really nice packing game to have. Pikmin 3, pretty much my most anticipated Wii U game ever since it was announced to be released on the Wii U. I loved the first 2 games on the GameCube, and it was really sad that they couldn't get the game out on the Wii, but I think it's even more better suited on the Wii U here. Even though I do prefer using the remote and nunchuck, it's just a really a fast way to, and really an effective way to control the Pikmin and all the action here. This is a really top-notch real-time strategy game, really just made with the Nintendo difference. It really comes into its own when you play the mission modes, where you have a really tight time schedule, and I really have to know what you're doing and multitask with all 3 characters at once, and resource management, and fighting with the enemies, and bringing home the treasure. It really needs your full attention if you want to play this game good. I love the way it looks and sounds, and it's truly one of the better, well, semi-new Nintendo series there is. Here's to many more sequels, and some pretty nice DLC as well for Pikmin 3. Nintendo really got the pricing right. They're almost free new mission mode maps, and you really should snap them up if you have Pikmin 3. Then the best game on the whole machine. Well, I don't know. For me it's a tight race between Pikmin 3 and Super Mario 3 World. But this is something that I have been quite a lot over the past few days and weeks. It's it's one of the best platforming games ever. When this was first announced, it did raise quite a few eyebrows at is this something just a small sequel to the 3D Land from the 3DS, and is this a new big Mario game at all? But it truly is. It's not as grand as Mario Galaxy or even Super Mario 64, but this is a perfect 3D rendition of many of the 2D themes that the Mario platforming games have, and really tons and tons of new ideas. If somebody says that this is just the same old Mario, they don't really know what they're talking about. Every level has a little hook to it, and there's dozens of new ideas, new power-ups, new environments, and everything just feels so fresh. And of course the cast of Super Mario Bros. 2 returns here. You can play with all 4 characters here, and they have delightfully different characteristics, which makes for fun multiplayer experiences as well. And Super Mario 3D World is it's really an essential purchase. If you own a Wii U, you really need to get this, and it's really getting there as one of the games that you really need to get Wii U for. If you really if you don't dislike platforming games, this is something that you need to get a Wii U for. It's really is that good. Then Wii Fit U, not much to say about this. It's really more of the same, even though it does have the inclusion of the fit meter here, which measures your the steps you make and how many calories you've burned, something that you can take outside when you're not in front of the TV. So that was really something that was missing from the original Wii Fit, and this is really a full package. Wii Party U. I've heard some bad things about this. The reviews were somewhat lukewarm, but when I tried it myself with friends in the same room, naturally, it was really a blast. Absolutely fantastic mini games here, like Nintendo knows to make them, but really something some great new games here, only possible on the gamepad as well. You know, basically the party games, Mario Party and Wii Party games have always been virtual board games, and the gamepad in front of you on the table, it really takes that same concept to another level altogether. Really a great party game. Then the wonderful 101, truly a great exclusive from Platinum Games, did absolutely horribly in stores. Nobody bought this, which is really curious. Why people complain that why there aren't any games in the Wii U, and this little gem is on the stores. But well, I guess it's not for everyone. It does have it's really quirky and charming and all, which of course as such is already turns people away. They just can't stand this cute style here, but I just love it. It's really well designed, gorgeous art direction, and really nice graphics. Excellent pacing in the action here, even though the levels are, I don't know, they're slightly a bit long in my opinion. They could have made it a little shorter overall, not just the levels but the whole game. It's people thought that this was really only a few hour game, like these action games tend to be, but this is actually really long, and yeah, really something quite unique, only on the Wii U. And finally, Zombie U. It's a tough choice for me which one is a better launch game, New Super Mario Bros. U or this. This is, if you read a bad review of this game, like I don't know, half of the reviews were, don't believe it. This is truly one of the biggest reasons to own a Wii U. Something, a really great exclusive new IP, looks great, sounds great, plays great, and it's something that's only possible on the Wii U. The item management and other stuff, the radar, real-time radar on the separate screen in your hand, it's really something that truly lends itself greatly to the survival horror genre here. It really brings up the atmosphere when you're, finding stuff on a corpse or on a box, something like that, and the game doesn't pause. You have no pause screen, basically. Everything's done in real time, and you have to keep looking at the both of the screens in order to stay alive. I love the fact that here you can, well, there's sort of permadeath here. You don't play as a specific character. If your character dies, you will simply spawn as a new random character and but you do get attached to the character that you played with most. You really don't want them to die, and you really will die in this game if you're not careful. Even one single zombie can kill you, and there's really not that many, not that much ammo here. It is truly one of the best survival horror games ever. They really understood what makes what makes for the survival part in survival horror. That you don't get automatic guns and lots of ammo for it. You do get quite a few guns here, but you get so few ammo on each of them, so that every time you fire off a round, it feels like it's it's a truly a special occasion. And the game world is an open world. Basically, you can go around and find for secret spots. And I just love Zombie U, and it's if you do get a Wii U, it's something you definitely need to get. It's almost free on bargain bins, and even on it's really discounted on the internet or online store as well on the Wii U. And so there's really no excuse not to get this game. I highly recommend it. Don't believe in bad reviews. Phew, and that was it for my Wii U game collection. Lots of great games here, and more to come, I guess. Hopefully, I really hope for a long lifespan for the Wii U. It's actually slowly becoming one of my favorite consoles ever. I just love the design choices made on it, and yeah, just chock full of games. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.